Welcome back to WRPL. It's the podcast where we talk about all the things we are watching, reading, playing, and listening to. My name is Ben.
And I'm Steve.
Welcome back, Steve. We're back in your place.
Welcome to my home. So yes, welcome back to my own house.
And welcome, Nick. Nick is here to listen and be quiet. No, he's.
If by quiet you mean Carrie, then yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes,
Nobody
we're
gives a
all
fuck unless I'm.
we're all interested in your beef description.
Absolutely.
So our main topics today are Invincible Season 4 and Over Your Dead Body. We've got a bunch of other stuff to talk about. As always, let's start with a roll.
Oh yeah. 16.
Nick, did you hear last week's?
Mm-hmm.
We did it at my house and I had to use a digital dice roller.
Okay.
He got like a 7 or something.
All right.
And I got a 1. And I could have lied.
Sounds about right.
That's a 1.
Holy shit. But like 1 is good, right?
It's like when you're first, you're 1, yeah. I think that's like the first bad roll Nick's done. He's always like 13 or more.
That's why I don't go to casinos.
That's a 3.
I'm so fucking sick of this shit. All right, well.
Cancel that?
Yeah.
Forgetting.
Not that anybody listens, but still.
Just
anonymity.
Gotta be.
You know, there's that one psycho who listens like, now I know where Steve's kid sleeps.
No, I think there's enough information if you listen to all of the podcast that you could probably narrow it down pretty well.
Yeah, it'd probably be like East Coast, tri-state area.
And saying things like, oh, I went to the Mutter Museum. And like, well, I got to be close enough to get to Philly. You know, who's flying into the Mutter Museum? And then saying, oh yeah, our theater has like 17 screens. You look at all the theaters and how many screens they have. Like, people can figure it out. Okay, well, before, Steve, you start, we got trailers. And I know it's probably the same 2 trailers as I have. But let's see. Steve, what trailers you got?
First up I have Clayface.
Hell yeah. I was surprised. This is what they showed at CinemaCon.
Oh, okay.
So it's nice that they let it for us peons got to see it as well. This looks fucking cool. It's very vague.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
There's enough to pique my interest.
Yeah, I would say there isn't enough to where I go like, oh, this looks really good or this looks really bad, but there's enough in there where I would just go like, I'll at least give it the first. Wait, it's a movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not a show.
No, not a show, right? Yeah. So I'll wait for second
full trailer.
Or are you going to be like, I'm just going to avoid any trailers from here on out?
No,
just going blind? Or?
I'll probably watch a second trailer for this one. My favorite shot, and it's not like him wiping his face and him being all Clayfacey.
Yeah, that would be like the shot of the trailer,
yeah,
I think.
Which someone mentioned, like, if you look at his tub that he's in, like, oh, he's in a bunch of the clay, but the tub itself also looks like clay, so it may be like he's covered his whole bathroom in his own body, and then he'll suck it all up.
Can I guess your favorite shot of the trailer?
Sure.
Is it the shadow?
It's the shadow.
Yeah.
the big spiky hand that comes down and clubs someone, which I'm so glad that they have that in there, because if they didn't, I'd think, they're just going to do face only, body only. They're not going to do any of the crazy things that he does, the very cartoony stuff. But seeing that gives me hope that we'll at least get a big monster at the very end.
I'm a little bit behind on my Clayface lore. Is there any version of Clayface where he's kind of like web swinging through the city by shooting out his clay and kind of like...
That I don't know, but there's been like 9 different Clayfaces, so I'm sure there's one that's more acrobatic, but I don't know of one that is like chasing Batman down as he's using his grappling hook to get away.
I think that'd be like a fun way for Clayface to kind of move around, which like I feel would...
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know he's like kind of a droopy character, but...
Sure, but he's like Sandman. I'm sure Sandman does things like that, so...
Last question, then we can move on. This actor, I don't know his name. Do you know anything else he's done?
Nope.
What a way to jump off.
Yeah, that's a good... All I know is he's blonde and he's got a really strong jawline. That's the only thing I know about this guy. But
well, if they need to recast He-Man, we can throw this guy
yeah, we got him. What did we do last week?
In terms of what?
Movies. There was something that the guy who was supposed to be He-Man had to drop out because he was doing this thing. Was it Clayface? It may actually be. Like, he dropped out of being He-Man to be Clayface. and then they had to hire a different guy to be He-Man. Someone dropped out of being
Oh,
He-Man for
okay.
I don't know. Anywho, regardless, but looks cool. October, spooky season, so that'll be fun. Yeah.
One more reason not to kill ourselves.
Only one. At least anything. Well, Dune 3. You're not going to kill yourself before Dune 3, right, Nick?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
definitely.
so we got till
I'm
2026.
killing myself until I'm poor. Then I'll kill
Oh,
myself.
I'm so sorry, Nick. You got about 2 years left, and then we're all poor.
That's fine.
If everyone's poor, then it's okay. Then, all right, and then your second trailer.
Coyote versus Acme, right?
Hell yeah! Finally,
I think this looks fun.
fine. Like we've been talking about this movie for years now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like on our most anticipated, like 2 years ago. Went through hell, got canceled, got bought back up. So
made, completed,
done,
put in a vault,
just for a tax write off or something. Sold to Ketchup, I think, is the production company. I don't know. I don't know who they are.
I thought you meant like they actually sold it to the Heinz Corporation or something.
No, I think it was Hunt's that got it.
Oh,
Ketchup.
Yeah, it's the Ketchup Company is the name of their production company or distribution company. And so we got, Will Forte and John Cena, two like likable guys. I could understand if you don't like Will Forte. He may be a little abrasive, but he's one of my like go-to. If he's in it, I'm down. I don't care how bad it is. Any SNL clip that shows up that he's in it, I'll watch it because he's the star of every sketch he's in. But yeah, this looks like a blast.
yeah. A cartoonish Acme misfire blast.
Yes.
Yes.
A black face.
Yeah.
Not that black face. A sooty face.
Yeah. These jokes are bombing. Like an
no, they don't have bombs. It's dynamite.
Dynamite. Yeah. I think it's a fun. I think it's a fun idea. Coyote, after 50 years of using their products, and none of them. I mean, I would argue that they all work. They just don't work against Roadrunner.
Or they work too good. Yeah. They're rocket skates, and he's faster than the Roadrunner. Well, it didn't say that it was going to be exact speed of a Roadrunner, but
yeah, he's using products that aren't designed to stop fast birds. He's using tools that are meant for like mass destruction, and just strapping to himself. So I honestly would argue it's his fault, which maybe they'll get into.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they figure out in Discovery with this case. But yeah, I like a good court movie, and
I like that. Foghorn Leghorn is the like evil oil baron character.
Yeah.
It's like, of course he is.
Yeah. But it's like, does he have stock in Acme?
Well, I imagine when the Looney Tunes it's Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean all my cartoons are getting mixed up now. They haven't been doing too well the past 20 years. Maybe Foghorn fell in hard times. Like, you know what? I got to get into finance.
Diversify
my portfolio. Sold some of his Looney Tunes stock and goodwill to buy into the Acme Corporation because.
So is it going to be that cartoons just live among us and they just are people and do their own thing, and this is him actually trying to get the Roadrunner and everything that he bought is defective, or do cartoons exist and they're the stars of them? Because if that's the case, why does he have a case? That's the bit of his cartoons.
No, I think my guess is because if I remember correctly from the trailer, you see the Roadrunner running in like the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that
they just have a rivalry in real life.
This is the cartoons live in our world. There isn't some sort of like toon world.
Okay, but do they watch cartoons? Like, did they have a career in cartoons and now they don't? Do the Looney Tunes exist as an entertainment thing, or do they just exist as creatures that live in our world?
Yeah, I forget from the trailer. Are there other toon characters that we see, or is it just these two?
Well, Foghorn and
yeah.
I mean, there has to be. I'm sure there. Oh yeah, Bugs shows up at the very end in silhouette.
Oh, I missed that part.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of seems like a in shadow trench coat. So I'm like, you want some information about Acme, do you? So I'm sure we'll have like Tweety Bird on trial and shit like that. So
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah,
I think it'll be fun. It's been a long time since we had a Who Framed Roger Rabbit-esque kind of movie.
Yeah, I mean, Chippendale would be the last one.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Which is a great movie. Or maybe the last one was like Tom and Jerry, but that movie is so terrible. That embarrassingly bad. Cool. All right. Well, Steve, you got the higher dice roll.
All right.
High ground.
So I guess other than my main two topics, I only have one thing. I watched Merrily, We Roll Along on Netflix, the Jonathan Groff, Daniel Radcliffe musical that was recorded for streaming. Cool. I am a fan of musical theater, although I recognize you can't say that. God damn it!
No, it's factual. It's fine. I'll leave it in.
Yeah, I like musical theater. Although, even though when I watch it, sometimes I'm like, I get why people kind of make fun of this because it is a little silly, if not very silly. So, for those who don't know, it is a story of three friends and their story told in reverse, where they have their friendship is fractured, and the one friend is now a successful film producer. His best friend has left him, and then the other friend, she was a successful author, but is now a drunk and just is kind of angry at him for all the things that sort of like he's the reason why all their friendships fell apart, and then it's just like backtracking their stories into like basically like when they meet over the course of like 20 years.
So like Blue Valentine?
Kinda, yeah, we'll go with that. And I really enjoyed it. I kind of expected it to get to the end and then flash forward to be like, okay, so we're gonna get like a happy ending, but we do get a happy ending. It's just at the beginning.
It's a happy beginning.
It's a happy beginning. Which I was like, oh, they're like you do get that, which is nice. But it is a Stephen Sondheim musical, so like none of the music is very. You're not gonna like put on your car to jam out. It's all very like talky.
Okay.
It's not like catchy tunes. I think the three leads are very good. Daniel Radcliffe, especially, I think he's really funny. He gets like all the best jokes in it because he's kind of like your artistic integrity character who is just like, hey, like you're. Jonathan Groff does the music for the shows they do, and he does the lyrics and.
Which one makes it big?
Jonathan Groff's character. And so, and then their female, I think, I forget her first name, but her last name is Mendez. She is just like an author. I forget what kind of book she writes, but she's basically there on their journey with them all the time and kind of like supports them. And whenever they're disagreeing, kind of try and like guide them back and remind them like, hey, we're all friends here. Like, let's, stick to the path. And, so it's usually like Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff kind of like going back and forth about like, well, you're just doing this for money, and well, yes, I am doing it for money, so we can do the things that we want to do, or like, what's wrong with having money, and so it's just like their rise and fall, but so their fall and rise, I guess. So yeah, it's enjoyable. I enjoyed the sort of the reverse narrative of it. And what's nice about it is like you see other recorded musicals, it's just like you're watching the stage, where this had different angles. Like it looked like it seemed like there was someone on the stage with a camera that it was like, peering over a shoulder, so you can get like a close up of someone's face. It wasn't just like one wide shot of the whole stage or anything like that.
That'd be so boring.
Yeah.
Even when it's just like, one full shot, one is a camera left stage, one is right, and then they just cut between the three. That gets
like
tiring.
If you saw the Hamilton musical on Disney,
no,
I know you didn't, but I'm just saying for people who did, like that's basically what you were describing. It's like there was some camera movement, but it was all like you're pretty much seeing everything at the same time. Where this, like, they tried to sort of at certain times you'd be like, oh, I'm seeing a scene in a movie versus just like a stage show. And then there was like also transitions because the thing, like all the songs are telling you it's like 1958, 1957. Like the music is letting you know you're going back in time, but it's nice that they also had like title cards that said like what year it was. So that helped in the visual medium. But all in all, if you're not a fan of musical theater, don't see this. I've seen better shows or shows that are more entertaining, but this was good. I think from a stage production design, it's basically just like one set of windows, but how they were able to like redress it to like set different stages. I was like, oh, we're in a totally different place, and it's very cool how they did that. I'm always impressed with some of the production,
stagecraft,
the stagecraft of theater. But yeah, I didn't realize it was a revival that came out in like 1981 that like every now and then comes out. I just thought it was like a new thing. It's like getting all this praise, and like Jonathan Groff won a Tony for Best Actor, and it won other Tony Awards. So I just thought it was like a new hit thing, but really it's been around for 40 years.
I've heard the 45 years. 45 years. I've always heard that title, and I assumed it was something that came out in like the 60s.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is set from 1976, I believe, to 1959 or something like that. Whatever 76 minus 19 is.
17 years?
Well, yeah, whatever. 19 years. I think it was like the actual thing. Whatever. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to say is shout out Peter Jackson. He was assistant director on this film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I believe the woman who directed the actual stage show directed this movie, but got Peter Jackson as her backup director. I'm like, that's kind of cool, because I saw his name in the credits and I was like, that can't be the same guy. But
I mean, like, did he help produce it at all?
No, I don't think he was a producer on it at all. I think maybe he just liked the show, or she called in a favor. I don't know, but he just was like, yeah, I'll help direct this.
I thought maybe it'd be, like he did that Beatles thing, and then was it also him that did the World War II fixing all the it could have just been one of his passion projects.
But I mean, those I think he specifically directed.
Yeah, this is just okay, interesting.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of
he had nothing to do for a weekend. So
and then the other thing, so after the show was over, I was like, let me kind of like look into some of this stuff, and apparently they're doing a Boyhood for this because it takes place over 20 years. Richard Linklater, director of Boyhood, started filming this back in 2019, and the plan is to finish filming in 2040, starring it was a different actor originally, but it was replaced by Paul Mescal, Beanie Feldstein, and who was the other one? I don't remember, but it is like a somewhat famous actor. And
as a stage play?
No, it's a movie. So they're making the movie of this musical, but because it takes place over 20 years, they're filming it over 20 years.
I thought you were saying they were doing Boyhood the musical.
No.
And he was somehow filming that over 12 years.
Like that. Okay. That same sort of idea of just like filming a little bit every year, and I was like, "There's no need to." There's no need.
I think it's interesting
for this,
and I've never seen Boyhood, but all I have heard is like, what a boring slog of a movie. There's
a lot of people who really love Boyhood. I fucking hated Boyhood.
I think that's a fun idea of just revisiting something every year, recording a little bit and compiling it, but it's got to be interesting. You got to give a shit.
Yeah.
But okay, whatever, Linklater, you do you.
Yeah, that's his thing now, I guess.
He's got later in his name, so he's got to do it for all his movies. He's got to link these later things.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, no one's made that joke before, right?
It's new to me.
Okay,
way to go. I'll give it to you.
Write it down. Copyright that.
Nobody's made that joke and had it land.
There's a first for everything. All right, well, cool.
We're still waiting for it.
So I got plenty of stuff. We'll pepper Nick in so I don't have to keep talking the entire time. Let's see. What do I want to talk about first? Okay, I read a book called Borne, Borne, by Jeff Vandermeer. I only picked up this audiobook because after Project Hail Mary came out, there was someone on TikTok saying, hey, if you like the story of a main character and their weird little companion, here's some books that you may like. So it's the apocalypse. The company has that is involved with like biotech and creating biotech animals. I don't 100% know what that actually means, if they're robots or if they're just genetic clones, but it's a little vague on some of the details. They have kind of poisoned the world and everything has gone to shit. They created this giant bear. It's a giant flying bear that is like 5 stories tall and is like the apex predator of this wasteland.
Like, does it have wings?
No, it just flies. They talk about, like, we don't know why it can fly. If it just wants to fly, it just starts flying. Like Superman, it just lifts itself off the air. It has all these things called, his name is Mord, and he has Mord proxies, which are like little bears that kind of like do his bidding, but they're like normal size bears. And I know. I was like, ooh, an apocalyptic thing with like a giant, scary flying bear? That sounds kind of interesting. And then there's some scavengers that they're just trying to make the best of it. They're using biotech to create little critters and stuff to make traps for their broken down apartment.
This seems like the kind of thing where it's like, I can't write science fiction, so I'll just keep saying the word biotech, and it'll solve all my problems.
It's just like, oh, I used some defense beetles and then I got away. What's a defense beetle? Like, oh, we've been biohacking these worms and they go into one of the guy's arms and it keeps track of all of his vitals. I'm like, okay, does the worm talk to you? Does it show a hologram of your vitals? Do the worms come out and go into a computer? Very vague on a lot of these things. He's got a big, like, pool, like a swimming pool with just a bunch of weird biotech in it, and he's, like, stirring it with a big broom, and it's like, he uses it to make his like, alcohol minnows that you eat and you get drunk. I'm like, but like, animals are dead. Where are you getting minnows from? Like,
I also like the idea that he has a pool full of like super advanced biotechnology that he still has to mix with a broom. Like, he wouldn't just get like a robotic arm to.
But there's no like robots in it or anything. Like, it's so
Fine,
weird.
A biotech bear to stir the.
But it's like. And it's always, we scavenge some stuff, and I was like, oh, this is some biotech, throws it in the pool. Like, he's not measuring things out, he just, everything into the pool. So one of the scavengers, she finds this little, like, seed pod attached to the flying bear, because, like, sometimes she climbs up on it, and, like, stuff will get stuck in his fur, so she'll scavenge things off of the bear's fur. And it's a little seed pod that kind of sprouts to, like, a sea anemone. Then she said, like, it looks like an upside-down vase mixed with a squid, and it can, like, change its shape and flatten itself to be so thin it covers the entire room, or turn itself into like a human, but like you can tell it's a weird plant monster thing pretending to be a human. Really weird. And it's just like this cute little critter that she becomes friends with. Weird book. And I want someone to adapt it, because I just need to see what the fuck is going on. Because what I'm picturing doesn't really add up, and it just feels kind of stupid. And the story just takes so long to get going. You're like halfway through before, like, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay, cool. But it doesn't really deliver on anything. There's like a bad guy called the Magician, and she also worked for the company. She gets like 2 scenes where she's actually talking. There's weird genetic mutant children that come after her. And like, there's some really interesting things I could kind of visualize, but it doesn't all come together into anything that makes a whole lot of sense. So I'm going to say thumbs down. Did not like Borne by Jeff Vandermeer.
I've been thinking, Ben, like, of all the books that you've read in the past, since we started this podcast, what, 3 years ago? 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You've read a solid amount of books.
Yeah, more than I did the 5 years before that.
Yeah. How many of them do you think like you legitimately liked? Because I feel like most of the books you would talk about on here, it's either like meh to I didn't like them at all.
No,
like the only ones I can really think that you were like really dug was the worm one,
the
troop, and then I think
the devils.
Oh, and the devils, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've liked most. It's just a lot of things have been. It was fine. It was okay. It's only recently that I was like, I did not like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd say
it's mostly books that I recommend to you.
I'd say 50% like, 40% or 30% are fine, and then 20% I did not enjoy.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I try. I keep trying to. I put all this effort into books, and they keep disappointing me. But it really is the audiobook medium that's harmful.
Fair enough. Well, for anyone who listens enough, and pretty much like every book I do like, except for that Logic book. That's the first one I've ever been like, what the fuck was this shit?
Steve really likes books, and it's just because I don't do a lot of research. Someone just gives me a 2-line thing of like, post-apocalyptic world, flying bear, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. That sounds interesting. I'll check it out.
You're more brave than I am. I respect you reading things that you know nothing about.
Yeah.
I do my research and make sure it's something that I most likely will like.
Yeah, I think I'm like big readers probably would hate me because like I'll read a book and I like it. I don't remember the author. I don't look into what else they do a lot of the times. I don't try to read their whole bookography. What's that word?
Bibliography.
Bibliography. And it's just kind of like, oh, that was a cool book. On to the next thing. Whereas if I watch a movie, like, what else did that director make? I got to see more. Where books is like, cool story. Now back of the line, and maybe you'll come up again.
Get out of here, nerds.
All right, Nick.
Get in.
All right, well, I'll ask you guys, do you give a shit about music at all? I know you have an L in your WRPL.
No, man, that's why we bring you on.
Yeah, no, this is perfect timing. I got to go to the bathroom, so you can tell Steve all about your music.
Music sucks. I do have 3 albums. I mean, honestly, I have like fucking 12 albums I could talk about, but...
Well, talk about 3 real quick.
I'm gonna go with 3, yeah.
Just give us like a grade for the other ones.
Yeah, but no, I won't even do that. I'll just talk about the 3. So there's an artist I listen to called Bilmuri.
I assume not the actor Bill Murray.
No, but he is kind of the artist is kind of making a play on that name. But it's Bilmurie, one word.
Got it.
So when I first started listening to him about a year or so ago, he does like God, he really grabs a little bit from all genres. But I'll say this, from his more recent efforts, his more recent full lengths, he is a equal parts amalgamation of rock, metal, pop, country, with a dash of like, I don't want to say jazz, but like saxophone. There's some saxophone in there.
Okay.
And maybe even a dash of electronic. But his more out his
That
more,
is most genres that you just described.
It's a really nice hodgepodge of genres.
Now, is that like every song is kind of a hodgepodge, or is like this song is the rock one, this song is the jazzy one, this one is the country one?
Some will lean more into some other genres than others, for sure. I mean, he on the more recent album, which is what I'm talking about specifically, it's called Kinda Hard. There's at least 2 songs on there that are like, in his words, not mine, these are just here to be ass beaters. Meaning they're like, they're a minute to 2 minutes of just heavy, but then like you might go into the next song and it's like 80% country with like a dash of it's like, and I fucking hate country music. I hate country music. It's my least favorite genre. The most thing I've said in my entire life is probably to people, especially when I'm meeting them for the first time, is like, I like everything but country. That's literally like the most quoted thing I've said. But something about his bringing all these genres together really worked for me. So the album's called Kinda Hard, just came out. Really big fan. I really like his previous album too, and then I like all his old stuff too. But really good stuff. Gonna be a great summer album.
So out of what, 1 to 10, or out of give us a.
It's an 8.5 out of 10. It probably would have been a little higher if like 4 of the 12, I think, tracks weren't previously released. It's like I've already heard and played these songs to death. So it was like I stayed up till midnight for this. Which, I mean, if you're not J. Cole, you're not Drake. I'm not usually staying up till midnight for you to drop, but Bilmuri is like one of those bands. I think most people refer to him as a him. So I don't know. I'm just saying him. I don't stay up for too many people. But anyway, another artist. They're called Starjunk 95. I found out about. I honestly have no idea how I found out about them. I can't remember. But real quick, I can easily just describe them as like. I think it's a DJ who just makes all this music. That's not a ton of vocals. It's mostly music and vibes. If you like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 music, like that's the best way I can describe it. Like some music that would play like during like the Ridge Racer like races, or like some sort of fighting game like character select music. It's just like all these mixed into one. Really fun music. I really enjoyed it. It's great music to like walk to and stuff.
Are you nostalgic for some new shit?
Yeah, are you nostalgic for some shit that you grew up with, but it's new? Yeah. Starjunk 95, they've been around for a while. It's not nothing new, but good stuff. And then lastly, I just got into this artist. His name is, or their name is Tsubi Club. Artist I listen to named Aries. I've talked about on this podcast before. He posted a lot about them. The best I can describe the music is like hyperpop is the genre, I
Wait,
think.
real quick, what would you give out of 10?
Starjunk, probably 8 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.5 for Bilmuri. Tsubi Club, is like hyperpop is the main genre, but a little bit of like indie rock for some of some of the songs, some of the singles. The best I can like, I know I think it was you, but I don't know. It might have been another friend. I'm not sure, but I feel like years ago I was talking to somebody and they were like, I miss happy rap, and I don't know if it was you. It could have been someone else.
I don't remember that conversation per se, but it sounds like something I would say.
like a early Gambino or like a Hoodie Allen, or like
Sure,
who doesn't exist really anymore. Something like that. I'm not saying there's no rap, but like the feeling you get when you listen to those albums, where you just can't help but kind of smile and feel kind of like, man, this is fun stuff. That's what hyperpop is. I feel like Subi Club, a lot of that stuff. I'm still kind of going through this new album. I just started listening to this artist, but I really like it. It's impossible to not listen to some of these singles and like be cheesing a little bit. Like it just makes you feel good. So yeah, Starjunk, 95, Bilmuri, Subi Club. Those are my music recommendations for this podcast that has an L in it. It doesn't talk about L's.
We talk about podcasts and audio
things to listen
that doesn't count.
It does. It is.
If you listen to a book, that doesn't count as the L.
If you listen to this podcast, then you are the L.
Yeah.
So you're saying that if you listen to a podcast, that counts as the R?
I don't know.
It doesn't count at all.
I also don't know what that sound was, but I don't know.
Well, I appreciate bringing in the music because we could do that more.
Yeah, I have a list of all the things to listen to after your recommendations, and then
and all the things I never listened to.
And then
but you'll find music that Ben and I will never find.
Oh, 100%.
I'll find like a new artist. I'm like, man, I haven't heard of Mumford and Sons. You know. Have you guys heard of them? Pretty good.
Good stuff.
All right, well, I guess it's my turn since Steve doesn't have anything, right?
Yeah, I just have the two main topics.
Okay. So I played a game. It's called Pragmata from Capcom. It's going to be a very Capcom-heavy couple of weeks with Resident Evil and this and another game I got.
Yeah, I don't want story spoilers because you just gave it to me tonight. I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
Hopefully by next week I'll be done.
I won't get
2 weeks tops.
I won't get too in-depth with it. And it is Pragmata, not Pragmata, Pragmata. You know, it's Pragmata. That's how you say it. So, yeah. Not this isn't a story, but you're on the moon, you're a dude, you got a little robot girl who's able to hack robots for you to help you open up their parts so you can take advantage and shoot them with a variety of different guns. It's a really fun gameplay mechanic. I think people were saying it's like Nier Automata, but I've never played that, so I don't know.
I haven't played either, yeah.
So I don't know that for sure. And the robots are fucking sweet. I love all these designs. Like some of them, when they show up, you go like, "Oh fuck, I hate fighting these guys," but they're spooky. Mm-hmm. It's like take the monsters from Silent Hill, and then they got infected with the robot virus from Horizon Zero Dawn. That's what everybody kind of looks like.
Okay.
And I was worried about this little girl because she just seemed like so damn precocious, and just look at her. She's 6 years old, but she says the darndest things, you know. But as time goes on, you really do start liking their dynamic. Mm. It's no Joel and Ellie or anything, you know. They don't make him a rough and tumble guy where like, oh, I had a daughter who died and I can't, you know, get connected to you, or I fucking hate kids in general because, you know, that's just my thing. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, you're like a little kid, I guess. I think I need to save you. All right, let's go. It's like, there never at any point is he like, get the fuck out of here, clanker.
He doesn't feel burdened by having to bring
because,
her.
I mean, he needs her. Without her, he would die instantly. It's a whole lot of fun, not very hard, didn't die very often. I die more doing training missions than I did in the actual game. I will say, because you are very much if you don't know a function, you don't try it. Like you beat Mass Effect without knowing you had any special powers.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
You just used a gun the whole time,
the entire game.
which is insane. Now,
until like the last 20 minutes of the game, I was like, oh shit, I had stuff.
I
was like upgrading it too. I was like, I'm just going to come into play at some point, right? It was really dumb of me. That's on me.
So I'm saying, like, don't be afraid to upgrade the stuff that you like. You know, upgrade your thrusters, upgrade your healing. There's not a lot of there's no spots to heal yourself. You only have it what's on you. And sometimes you get a little, open a crate and there's some life in it, but it's nothing. It will not help you. So upgrade that stuff. Learn your nodes. Learn what weapons work with what nodes. Because some of them are like, oh, this weapon creates heat, and this node is a heat amplifier, and you'll notice, damn, I'm taking these guys out real quick. But there's a lot of different things that work well together. There's some guns I haven't even come across because I think they're in training stuff.
Okay.
Do training as they get unlocked. Don't ignore Cabin and using his coins. He has like coins on a little bingo card. That unlocks other nodes, other weapons, other access cards to certain parts of the level. You do everything. Don't ignore anything. Everything has a purpose to a degree.
Okay.
And if you hear a little thing go, ah, there's a little doll somewhere. But I went through, I beat it, went through all the levels again, 100%ed everything, which isn't hard. It's just like collect all the chests, get all the little figures and everything. But since she has like a little Batman detective vision thing, sure, it kind of tells you where to go. But sometimes it goes like, hey, 15 feet this way, down below. And you go like, there's no way to get down below. I'm like, yeah, it's because you got to go 1,000 feet to the other way and you'll drop down and then you'll work your way back. I'm like, oh, that's really frustrating. But if you don't see where something is, look up, look behind. If something moves, look on all sides of it and maybe go to the other side and move it again because maybe it'll reveal other things. There's always something around a corner. So just be thorough. I had a blast doing this. Will I ever go through it again? I don't know. This may be a game I never touch once I get it back for you, but I had a good time.
I wish I beat Resident Evil this week versus last week because it would have been nice to like talk about it here and then next week we trade off and assuming you beat it in a week. I don't.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So now it will be next week. I'll talk about Resident Evil, and then a week after that you'll talk about Pragmata.
Or whatever. I only have one question about the game.
Sure.
Is there any point? You said you're on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any part of the game where you're either in 0G or like
you're on the surface of the moon, like outside, low gravity?
Awesome. Yeah. That's all I wanted.
And there's no fall damage in this. So even though you have thrusters to like make you drop, you could any part of the game, you could fall from any height. If there's a floor to fall on, you won't take any fall damage.
Because the game like auto like
no, you'll just drop and take no damage.
Awesome.
But that thruster, you'll be like, oh, I just got to get over this gap, and you're trying to air dash, and you just can't quite get there. Oh, you know how like in most games, if you see yellow paint, that's where you go to climb. There's no yellow paint in this. It's blue. It's like blue mats hanging on crates. It's worked in very well. But I'd say my biggest complaint is some of the like trying to jump and grab a ledge from an odd angle. Sometimes it doesn't always grab.
Yeah.
And then dashing. If you dash and you're a little too far over the edge, you'll fall off the edge. And I'll be like dashing forward and I go off to the right a little bit because maybe my joystick was off a little bit. There are times I dash and then I have to like dash 4 times to correct before I plummet to my death. So it can be a little frustrating, the platforming stuff. But
so you said the yellow paint is blue in this essentially. Now, is the world like often devoid of blue? Because the thing about yellow, like the reason yellow is chosen so often is because like there isn't a lot of yellow places, so it's like it's very vibrant and like very easy to spot. Where like blue is fucking everywhere.
Yeah, but you're on the moon and everything's very clean and white. And
Okay, that's
I mean,
classic.
there is like a level where it's all plants, and so it's very green. I think blue just works with the natural architecture of everything.
Okay,
Um, and it doesn't it's not a hard game where you have to go like, well, where do I go to climb up? Well, it's right there.
you'll figure it out.
You
Okay.
can see. It's not tough. But I think it just works aesthetically because so many times you're just looking around like, where do I go? Oh, there's the yellow, because they make the traversal part of
Sure,
like the
yeah.
puzzle, and that's not really a puzzle here. There may be like you got to move these blocks around to open up a staircase so you can climb up on something, but there's never anything that's too difficult. But the world is relatively open, but a lot of it is, yeah, you're supposed to go right, but if you go left, it may take you to a weird thing, but you'll end back up at where you're supposed to be, or you'll have to backtrack. It's open and you can get lost because it's everything's so damaged. It can be a little confusing, like how do I get back there? Because everything split multiple ways, but you can go back and forth. It's not so big that it's like a San Andreas huge world,
Sure.
but it is open within its sections and easy to move past quickly. And like, man, you just passed up all your crates.
So, like, when you're moving about this, like, somewhat open world, like, are you running into random monsters, defeating them, and like, if you leave and save the game or do a thing, and you come back, will those monsters regenerate there?
If you okay, so your save hub is like there's a tram that connects everything, and in your save hub, you take the tram when you find the stairwells, and it takes you back there. You save, upgrade, do whatever you need to do, and then you go back. You sometimes you have to go back a little bit. You can't always be exactly where you were. Um, but yes, they will respawn if you go back to your save hub. But if you just walk out a door and go back an hour later, but you haven't gone to your save hub, it will not come back.
Okay.
Only after you save. But the villains, they're not tough. Once you figure out how to defeat them, what guns work best, and some of the guns that you have on there, like they seem cool in the beginning, then you'll realize they kind of suck and they're not worth having. I'm very much once I find the nodes and the guns that I like, I kind of stick with them. So I'll be interested in see which ones you use as well.
All right.
Cool.
You'll have my full review shortly.
Yeah, and like I said, 13 hours is what it took me, so you should be able to beat it no problem. Are you going to just start installing it? Yeah, that's probably smart. Nick?
All right. How long should I? I got one main movie, one main show, and 3 throwaway movies.
Whatever you're most passionate about. I want to talk about 2 more things before we get to our main stuff, so.
I'll go through the 3 meh movies real quick. I saw a movie a few weeks ago. I mean, I've seen it tons since I've been on here. But I've seen a movie called Beast a few weeks ago that I really like. If you like movies like Warrior or anything like that, it was really good.
Beast? Not the Idris Elba lion movie?
No,
Okay.
it was like an MMA movie, and our
Yeah.
local theater did
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
for
saw
one
that.
singular week.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I don't care what anyone says. Even if you don't like MMA, you don't like combat sports, you don't like boxing, you don't like any of that shit, it's really well done. I can see it being on streaming pretty soon, but I had a really good time with it, and it's really simple. It's exactly what you expect.
So this really good movie is in your meh section?
Of what I have on here, yeah.
Okay.
My main 2 things are great. Another meh thing, but also pretty good. Because I gave Beast a 7.5. Was the Avatar movie. I've talked to both of you about this.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on Paramount, I'm sure, or in theaters, or both. Who knows what they decide to do after this leak? It's really good. Even if you don't give a shit about Avatar at all, if you didn't grow up with Avatar, it's gorgeous, extremely predictable, but very fun.
If someone didn't grow up watching Avatar and they just jump into this, are they completely lost, or like, do you think it stands on its own?
I think it could stand on its own, but I also think it's going to be way more effective if you have a relationship with these characters. Because seeing like adult team Avatar is incredible. Like seeing them work together, seeing their relationship, seeing Katara and Aang like together, like actually.
Do they kiss?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Do they explore each other's bodies on screen?
Yeah, I mean there's like full no.
Damn penetration.
No, it's a lot of fun, and I told both of you prior to this, like I feel kind of guilty watching it, but
do you think since she could blood bend, and he's like, I'm not in the mood, and he's like puts it in his boner and like, oh, fine.
I do think that. I have felt that. And then lastly, of my like kind of throwaway movies, I watched. It is a movie I was really looking forward to, but it's called Dustbunny. It's on HBO, I think, as of now. I thought about renting this. I thought about buying this a couple times, but I just wanted to wait till I could watch it. It's good. Mads Mikkelsen is the main actor. I would say in it. I can't think. Have either of you seen Another Round?
I've been meaning to. I've never got.
Yeah.
I hear it's great. I just haven't seen it.
I don't know how. Like, I don't mean this in any way, shape, or form as like a jab or anything. I do think you would like it more than Steve or than Ben. I do think you would like it more.
Probably.
Dustbunny?
No, Another Round.
Okay,
but that's not what we're talking about. Anyway,
because I like cinema. Ben likes.
That's not what I mean.
Garbage.
It's just kind of like we'll talk about Another Round another day. Dustbunny. I said, and I don't. I guess I stick by this, but I said in my review, like it's like imagine, like a Lucky Number 11, but I also almost kind of want to like tweak that to like a Smoking Aces, something in that genre.
You just made it worse.
It depends what you like.
Yeah, I'm not a
like
smoker.
Smoking Aces.
I also really enjoy
like...
Smoking Aces. Something like that. If Guillermo del Toro directed it, that's like the best way I could describe it, or even like a Tim Burton or Del Toro.
Okay.
The basic plot of Dustbunny, without giving anything away, a young girl. She's had foster family after foster family after foster family, and her parents keep going missing. They just keep going missing. And she lives in kind of like a high-rise, fancy city type apartment with her most recent. I think it's like her third foster family. And there's a monster under her bed, at least from her perspective, that keeps killing her family, her foster people.
But not her.
Not her. Because she kind of knows how to get away from it.
Oh, she's aware that this thing is... Okay.
Yep. And
she doesn't warn the foster family?
Well, no, not really. And then like her most recent foster family gets eaten, whatever. And then there's another person that lives in the apartment building complex with her that she sees. He's kind of like a Mads Mikkelsen, who she kind of feels like is kind of mysterious, maybe kind of like a tough guy, whatever. So she follows him one night, sees him on a mission, and realizes, and she doesn't realize it, but the viewer realizes he's like a contract killer. And he kills a bunch of people who, in the moment, some of them are like dressed up in like those Chinese ceremonies you'll see where they're like in dragon form and stuff. So she thinks he's like a monster killer. So she tries to hire him to kill this monster.
So she's a little kid.
Yeah, she's younger, but she's smart, and they have good conversations. And one of my favorite things about the movie is their back and forth. He can like never get her name right. It's Aurora, but like with his like Danish accent, like he just can't fucking say it. Till the end of the movie, he never gets it right. That guy who plays Bison in the new
David Desmalchian,
that guy from One Piece, he's in it as well for like a short bit. So Sigourney Weaver is in it, who I've never ever once looked at and be like, huh, she looks kind of good. And something about her in this movie, I was like, why is she looking kind of good? I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's all I'll say about it. Things happen, craziness ensues, whatever. Okay. But I had a good time with it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Avatar, I gave it an 8. Beast, I gave it 7.5. Those are my 3 like bing bang boom movies. I do have a main one, but I'll let you talk next.
I watched one of the other main releases this week, Mother Mary, by David Lowery. Is his name? Yeah, of Green Knight fame.
A ghost story.
Ghost story, other things.
I want to watch that again.
I've never seen Ghost Story. All I ever hear is like, she fucking eats a pie for 8 minutes straight. And it's like, okay, and what about the rest of the movie? Oh no, it's fucking stupid. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you call it a ghost story, people expect something scary, and it's just an
look
existential look at grief or whatever. It's really not a ghost story.
Yeah. But I want to give it another shot.
Well, I'd say this is closer to Ghost Story than it is to Green Knight. It's the story of a pop star named Mother Mary, played by Anne Hathaway. She has had like an incident at one of her shows, and this is her comeback tour. She needs a dress made by one of her old friend and designer, Michaela Cole, who kind of created the whole persona of Mother Mary and all of her looks. Like one of her things is like this halo headdress that she wears. In every tour, she has whatever dress she's wearing, she has this halo, Mother Mary, religious iconography. So she's really kind of made her who she is, even if she has nothing to do with the music. Well, they had a falling out, and now she's on this comeback, and she goes to have her make her a dress. And so, like, the first good, like, half of this movie is just them kind of reconnecting in a real bitchy, snide way of just kind of getting at each other of like, I don't listen to your shit. If you show up on the TV, I turn that off. I don't want anything to do with you. Why should I help you? And then just going back and forth. Then we get into why Anne Hathaway kind of had a breakdown, and I won't go into spoilers for that, but you get an exploration of the trauma that they both kind of imposed on each other and this lasting haunting that the trauma has done for both of them, and kind of coming to terms, working together to expel it. I thought this movie was pretty great. One of the better things I've seen this year.
Awesome.
Like, just the first half is just two people talking to each other, and it's in one location pretty much the whole time, and I was just hooked. Then when they start getting into kind of like spookier, more visual stuff, I was hooked even more. I think the very, very end, it loses when you think like, oh, they talked about this thing, now we're going to see it. And then they don't do it. And like, oh, that's really disappointing. I really thought it would go this way, but it's still satisfying enough as a whole. Also, Hunter Schafer is here, but she's barely in it. She's like right at the beginning, right at the end. It's really these two just kind of going at each other, and they're great. Like, Anne Hathaway's given a really like powerful performance of someone who's kind of broken. She does this interpretive dance, like a dance sequence that she says is going to be part of her show, but since Michaela Cole doesn't want to listen to her music, she has to do the whole routine without any music, and it looks really violent and like over dramatic. And it's like, how the fuck are you going to be singing during that whole thing? It's funny, but and then like Michaela Cole is really good at being kind of uppity and mean without being too obvious at the main things that she's saying. And she's the craziest looking person I've ever seen. She has like such extreme features. She looks like a cat person. Like, she's so pretty and looks like she's an Animorph halfway through her thing, but not in like a horrifying way. Like, she's more on the human side than the animal side. But I was just like mesmerized looking at her. She has like such striking features. Great movie. Definitely one of the best I've seen this year.
Well, that's awesome. I was worried it was going to be one of those like artsy, pretentious movies.
Oh, it is.
Like, well, yeah,
it is. But a dumb like me can understand it.
There's like pretentious stuff that's like deeply unwatchable, and then there's pretentious stuff where like, look, I might not understand this, but this is like some impressive stuff because either the performances are good, or the direction's good, or like the story's just like, once again, I don't know what's going on, but like I'm invested. So, like, is there interesting visuals throughout? Because I feel like
there are times where when they're explaining this thing that's going on with both of them, it's very interesting looking. They'll open doors and it'll open to like a concert that's going on when she's explaining a story of, oh, I went to one of your shows a couple of years ago just to see, how I enjoy it. And it's like, this could be a stage play because it's all kind of one location, but with like really great set design, you could really open it up and do some really interesting things. Very, very visually interesting for being a one location movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that has to be more exciting.
You should, because it's going to leave theaters real soon.
I'm gonna have to try and
I think you should try to squeeze it in. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Because Green Knight was.
Watch it if you want to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, Green Knight was my, I think, number 1 film of
that year. 2021.
2021, yeah. And I just rewatched it recently, just as something like kind of had in the background. And then, of course, like whatever I was doing, I was like, well, let me just stop here. And then I was like, damn, this movie holds up. I mean, it's only 4 years old, so it's not or 5 years old. It's not like it's old, but I was just like, yep, this is still good shit.
That's one I think I would like to revisit because there was a lot of stuff I liked, but I also didn't enjoy watching the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get why someone wouldn't like it, and it's definitely, for lack of a better word, artsy. But I've like watched multiple YouTube like video essays discussing it and like pointing out things that I didn't think about, I didn't notice. Like, yeah, this movie is just like deep and good and just awesome. So, all right, David Lowery, shout out you. Killing the game.
You want to do one last thing?
Sure. So I know you guys have your main topics. I did a show and a movie. I don't have to go into super detail either. The movie I watched, something I've been waiting to watch a really long time. I watched No Other Choice, finally. This is Park Chan-wook.
Oh, cool.
Absolute joke that this movie didn't get nominated for anything last year.
Did you just buy it or?
No, it's streaming.
Oh, it is on what?
Hulu.
Oh,
yeah. It's great. I had a notification set up if this movie became streaming because I almost bought it like 103 times. I did actually, technically I did buy it. I pre-ordered the physical of this movie, but that doesn't come out till October. So I did finally watch this movie.
Yeah, October?
It came out
like a December release.
The physical release of this movie does not come out until late October.
See, like,
what?
I'm okay with that if every movie followed that pattern.
Yeah.
But why? No one else is doing it.
I don't know. It's coming out through Neon. Ask them. I'm not sure.
Maybe
all right, let me get Neon on the phone. I got them on speed dial.
Yeah,
distribution rights between like Korea. I mean, it might already be out on DVD in
It
Korea.
seems like a movie that would be streaming in Korea already.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Honestly. I honestly I've been watching a lot of Korean stuff, so like coming up on this movie as something like I've already liked this guy's stuff, but I've just been in that mode lately. Of his movies, I kind of get him confused, and I forget the name of the director, but the guy who did like Parasite and stuff. Sometimes I'm
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, it's the same guy, right? No, it's not. So Park Chan-wook, of his movies, I didn't see Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which I was just talking to you, Ben, about. I'm gonna watch that probably in the next couple of days because like I've been wanting to watch that for a minute. But I've seen Old Boy. I'm sure we've all seen Old Boy. Decision to Leave. Did either of you see Decision to Leave? Okay, Decision to Leave is incredible. And then there's this movie. And then, like, he really hasn't done a whole lot else.
Wait, isn't there another Sympathy for...
I don't know if
Isn't there a Mr. Vengeance and a Lady Vengeance?
Yeah, but I don't know if he directed all of them.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong.
I swore it was his trilogy.
It could be. Honestly, I don't know. But of those movies, this is what I've seen. So anyway, this is one I wanted to see for a while. I almost drove kind of far to watch it once, and then mildly far to watch it another time, and I was like, nah, I'm going to wait. None of the like theaters that we have a pass for got it ever.
Of course not.
So it's like one of the most annoying movies.
We got Desert Warrior though.
Yeah, I'll never understand it. But anyway, finally got to watch it. So I know you guys probably have a basic knowledge of it. I don't want to like give anything away, but I'm sure you know enough to know like he gets let go and wants to provide for his family. So he really, really wants to at any costs like find a way to keep his home, keep his job, keep his way of life. And basically he's about to kill a guy who he worked for a paper company that closed. Or not closed, but he gets laid off from a paper company that downsized. And he's about to kill a guy who's like in his position in a competing paper company, thinking that, okay, then I could apply for it immediately and get it. But then he realizes, wait, all these other people that have been getting laid off also will be competing with me. I got to kill all of them first. And that's kind of the movie. It's like, I'm going to go...
I don't know if you would do it first. Because do you know exactly who's going to go out for this? You think you killed a guy.
He does kind of know. He takes a bunch of time to like lay out all their files. It's like, these are all the main people who would apply for this position. I need to get rid of like the top tier ones first. And that's what most of the movie is.
I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to close my eyes in here so you can't make any sort of thing. But he's going to kill all these people. He's in the running for it, but he doesn't get it. And it's going to be some like Nepo baby hire that he didn't plan for. Okay, go on.
Okay. No.
I didn't want to know if that was right or not.
Too late. Anyway, so again, don't want to give anything away, but I will say I did not realize
Just give away that his answer wasn't right.
Well, that was a crazy specific prediction, but I didn't realize that this movie was a comedy / thriller. Even though I've wanted to see it for so long, I kind of just thought it was like a dramatic, maybe a black comedy, which I guess is a comedy, but like it's really funny.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot at moments in this movie, and I actually had to pause it about halfway through when I was really laughing. I was like, "Am I supposed to be laughing?" And like I looked up like what the genre was, and it is a comedy / thriller. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Again, not giving anything away, but I do want to mention one thing. I did really like this movie, by the way. But there's one moment that really made me laugh. Two moments actually. One that really got me, where it was like one of the first people he goes to try to kill and wants to kill is without giving anything away, he's going through a really extra hard time, but he also had been laid off, and he's right in the midst of like something on top of that really makes him really down. So that guy calls a friend, and he's like an old coworker or whatever. He's just like, "Hey, do you want to go get a drink or whatever?" And the guy's like, "Well, I'm at work." Mind you, this guy's been unemployed for a really long time, so he's just kind of chilling. He's just like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll wait for you. I'll meet you there. I'll just get started." And it made me think, I was like, "Is this me? Is this me right now?" Like, like calling all my friends, like, "Want to get a drink?" "Well, I'm at work." "Well, I'll wait for you, I guess."
I got 5 hours left, Nick.
Yeah, that shit just really made me laugh. And then there's another moment that really made me laugh. Again, none of this really gives anything major away. It's a really long movie. His wife has like a party, like a work related party, where she dresses up as like a Native American. She's supposed to be like Pocahontas, and he ends up going to meet her there, and she had laid out a costume for him, and it's like John Smith or whatever, but like he goes and he's like really upset with her because she's like dancing with another guy from her work, and they're all dressed up as Native Americans, and he's like, "How dare you have like have matching outfits with that guy or whatever, and then have me dressed up as fucking Napoleon or whatever." And she's like, "You're John Smith and I'm Pocahontas." And like I didn't do it justice, but like the dialogue is so fucking funny. But it's really good. I really liked it. I haven't seen Old Boy in a long time, so I can't really necessarily compare it to that. And I've only seen Decision to Leave once. I will say this, Park Chan-wook has some of the best fucking transitions I've ever seen. Like, from scene to scene. Incredible. Like, how does he come up with this shit? There's times where it's just like, holy shit, that's beautiful and so inventive. But I don't think this movie, from what I remember, hits that quite as well as Decision to Leave. So if either of you haven't seen Decision to Leave, that's also on Hulu. I did double check. So fucking good. I'd have to rewatch it to really rank all three of those movies, but I think, just off of like right now, I think Decision to Leave is my favorite of the Old Boy and No Other Choice and this. And the last thing I'll say about this No Other Choice is that if this is one of those movies where like take a shot when they say the title of the movie, you're shit faced. They say No Other Choice so many fucking times in this movie. It's so funny.
I'm assuming it's when like he has a gun to someone, like, "Please don't kill me while you do this." Like, I have no other choice.
It's very similar to that, and there's a few other moments, but yeah, it's really good. It's shot incredibly well. This dude knows how to shoot a movie. Yeah, it's really good. I'm really glad that it's streaming, and I'm not going to cancel my pre-order or anything. I'll be happy to own this movie. So,
if you would have taken that long trip to go see it, do you think you would have been...
Well, one of the trips was only like 15 minutes. Sure. It was in the city, not too far from us. The other was much further into another state that borders us.
If you went to that one, would you have been like, that wasn't worth it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I would have been okay with it. Okay. Honestly, I'm of the opinion lately where it's like, just do it.
What else am I doing?
And then lastly, I'll try to go through this real quick, especially since I know you guys are going to watch this, but I did watch the second season of Beef too. Or Beef. Are you going to watch Beef? Did you watch the first season of Beef?
I did watch the first season of Beef. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Saw the new trailer. I was like, that looks good, but I'm not like clamoring to watch Beef too.
Me as well. I'm not really 100% sure why I clicked play on it, but it's really good. I think it's 7 or 8 episodes. Pretty short. It's shorter than the first season. I like everybody in it. It's shot so well. It's acted so well. Everybody in it is like, they know they're in something good. This guy, I forget the name. Korean names are really tough for me. But he's really good. Like, I think it's a decent, but not fantastic, overarching like plot. But I think every aspect of it that creates it elevates it to higher than it needed to be. Like everybody in it is so good. All the performance is good. The music is good. It's shot so well. Uh, it's just really. I had a really good time with it. I think I would rate it maybe like a 0.5 or 1 point lower than the first season, but it's almost as good. And by the end of it, I realized like I knew this already, but like I'm a really big Oscar Isaac fan.
Yeah.
I really like this guy.
Yeah.
He's really good in this. Carey Mulligan is really good. I don't know the name of the boyfriend in it, but he's pretty good. What's the?
Kaylee Spaley.
She is really good in it as
Spaney,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, she's really
I
good.
like her.
I really liked her in this.
Okay.
And
it's like the last 2-3 things I've seen her in is like, you don't got it, kid. Get out of here.
I thought she's almost like intentionally kind of grating.
Okay.
But in this, at least. But I really liked her in this. I think it might have been one of their first roles, but there's a girl in this, an Asian or Korean girl, I forget her name, but she plays a character named Eunice, that she's really good in it. One of the I think the guy from Parasite and many Korean movies, he's in it as well. Smaller role, he's really good. It's really good. I don't want to give anything away in case you guys watch it.
No, I definitely want to watch it. So
yeah, I had a really good time with it. It's beautiful, well shot, good stuff.
You mentioned that you were going to watch something on AMC Plus, right? So,
yes, I think that's what Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is streaming on. Yeah.
Well, there's also a movie on there called Dream Home that's very similar to No Other Choice. It is I've told you about it. I know it for sure. There's a woman, she wants to get into this new apartment, but the list of like potential tenants. Or no, I'm sorry. She wants to get into this new apartment complex, but it's too expensive. So she goes around and starts killing all these other tenants to drive the price down.
Okay.
And there's some funny kills. There's some fucked up kills in it. I think it's in that same realm, like as a double feature. So
is it a foreign film?
Yes, it is a foreign film.
Okay, is it?
It's Pang Ho Chung is the director.
Sounds Korean to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I love their 3-name things. There's some names in No Other Choice. I'm like, that's their fucking kid's name? What?
We're going to have to cut this.
Well, it says country of origin. It says Hong Kong.
Oh, okay.
So, I guess
it's
Japanese?
Chinese?
Oh,
Chinese.
Yeah. Chinese, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm into it.
Cool.
Decision to Leave, is that like his past lives? Because I remember watching a trailer for it, and I can't remember it, because I remember you talking about it. I was like, let me watch this trailer. And it did look good. I just can't remember like what the concept. I just know it's like a man and a woman. Isn't it just like their relationship or something?
No,
or is there more like a thriller aspect to it?
No, it's a comedy / thriller. So I wouldn't. There's really next to no romance.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't. Past lives never came to my mind even a little bit.
Okay, like I said, I watched the trailer one time weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll check
Are
that
you
out.
talking about Beef still?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe you guys were talking about two different.
No, I said
Beef is also Korean. The guy that made Beef.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Like I'm like diving in. I could talk to you guys about another show I watched called Bloodhounds for like an hour, but I'm not.
No.
So. Korean stuff is good.
All right, my last thing. Be real quick about it. There was a movie at our theater that was only playing one showtime a day. Called Broken Bird. I had to get up hella early to go watch this. I only saw it because it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I thought, I gotta give other movies a chance, not just the big releases. I was gonna see Fuse, which is like a heist movie, but that was getting some kind of bad ratings. I didn't hear anything about this. Well, it's a movie from the UK. I guess it came out in 2024, and it's just now coming to America. But there's a movie called May that it really reminded me of, like, I don't know why. I want to think like Amelie and May, but it's not like Amelie. She's just kind of like a quirky girl with a cute little haircut. But she's this woman who her whole family dies in a car accident while she's in the car. She like kind of gets trapped in there for a couple of days before they find her. And so like you see a quick montage of just like day, night, you hear the flies buzzing, so she's fucked up in the head. She's a mortuary assistant. She is getting a new job because the last place she worked at, there was like a huge scandal that got shut down. So she's working with this guy who he's just recently lost his wife. And then there's also a detective who she lost her child, and she is trying to solve the case of her missing child. And then all three of these stories start to connect, and it's a little like dry in the beginning. Our main lead, I can't remember her name, Ingrid maybe. She has like these kind of like fantasies of finding her true love. Like she goes to this museum of like Roman burial procedures and kind of has this like daydream of dating him. Finds out he has a girlfriend, gets a little pissy. She does like slam poetry, but nobody really likes her shit. She daydreams that everybody does, but nah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Nobody likes slam poetry.
Yeah. But even within the world, they don't even like her stuff. And then this guy that she's had a crush on, his body ends up at her funeral home. And then it starts going off the rails and it gets really crazy. Really love this movie.
Like Autopsy of Jane Doe crazy, or just like...
Not supernatural or anything like that. It's more of she keeps the body, takes the girlfriend, puts her in his casket so she gets buried. The police detective who lost her child died, fell out of a window trying to be a superhero, died. Then its body was taken from the mortuary that got shut down because she stole the dead baby's body, and she's just like living out her fantasy life of having her own kid and the man who loves her, and she's gone completely insane by the end. Good time. Really, really like this.
It sounds like a real downer.
But it's funny at moments.
Okay.
Do you remember in 30 Rock in the first season or two where like Jack Donaghy was dating that one British actress who she's like, careful, my bones are thin like little bird bones. Do you remember that? I can't shake hands, you'll break me. I got little bird bones.
Yeah.
She reminds me of her in look and like stature. She's like super skinny and stuff. I don't know, it just reminded me of that. But it's quirky and it's fun, and I had a blast. I don't know if I would count it as like movies released this year
because it's called Broken Bird.
Broken Bird, yeah, because she is a little broken bird.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get like going into the mortician job field after that incident is kind of like conquering your fear kind of thing. Like that's what I was surrounded by. But I just can't imagine like doing a job where like just reminds you day in and day out of like the dead family that you had to sit next to for days. That's crazy.
She became numb to it, but you get trapped in the car, you accept the death, Yeah. I don't know.
But bummer. All right.
Yeah, pretty good. Whew. You ready?
Let's get
Steve,
into
you
it.
want to talk a little bit now? All right, we got two main topics. Obviously, Nick, join in at any time. What do you want to do first? You want to talk about Invincible, or you want to talk over your dead body?
I mean, this could go either way. It's like
You want to roll for it?
No, I was gonna say I feel like we would have possibly more to talk about with Invincible just from like the length of it, but I think talking about the movie would be more fun.
Okay. And more on brand. We usually...
Yeah, so I'd say let's do Invincible first.
Okay, let's do Invincible first. So, season 4 of Invincible, comic that Steve just finished. Nick, you finished it as well, or you have it, but you're waiting?
I barely read any of it.
Okay.
I started it many years ago, maybe the first 10 issues, tops. Yeah.
So you're going to wait until it's done?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, me too. So, where the season picked up is, Steve, Jesus Christ. I'm thinking of the actor. Steven Yeun. And Britta. They got their asses handed to them when Conquest came to town and beat the ever-loving shit out of them. They lost limbs, but they won in the end. And now they're healed. They're better. What's his fuck? Nolan comes back and says, hey, we got shit to do. We have a coalition of planets that we need to stop all the Viltrumites, and we're going to go do it. That's like the main thing.
Yeah.
We start with, what the fuck is it? Grayson. What's his name? Mark. Jesus. We start with Mark, like, not being able to deal with whether to kill or not kill. Put these people down. They keep coming back. Maybe you should kill them the first time around. And that's like resolved a little bit in it, but I don't think we finished that topic.
Yeah, we're introduced to Dinosaurus. He is a new villain. Uh, and if you're like, what could Dinosaurus look like? Looks like a dinosaur. Um, but, more human-sized, human-ish sized. And yeah, so when this isn't spoilery, but Dinosaurs plays a bigger part in like what's to come than you would expect, because it kind of seems like he would just be like the villain of the week. But he is kind of a big player in some regard, and he is kind of like cast to the side quickly, but he will return. But yes, then it begins the question of like Mark's journey into like his struggle of what's right versus what's wrong, and when like do you cross that line? But then that's pushed aside as soon as his dad comes home, and then it just becomes like the Viltrumite fight minus episode 4, which is Mark goes to hell.
Yes.
Which
since you read and you said Dinosaurs comes back, there's a character that shows up called Universa, who's like, I need more power. You have all this power, and then gone. Did she ever come back? Was she made for just the show?
She does come back, but not in any sort of like major way. But she does return.
It's just like they get so many high profile voice actors for this show.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big complaints is they're spending all their money on the voice talent and not the animation. And it's like, why give this to what's her name? Dana Gura?
Yeah, Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Michonne from The Walking Dead. Like, for one episode, why even bother? I know she has a great voice for this, but there's plenty of voice actors with a lower rate that you could have gotten to do this. Like, hell, the Invincible game, they didn't even get any of the voice actors to return. They just got sound-alikes. And, like, it's okay to do that. Not everybody has to be... Like, the devil is...
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. I'm like, what a fun get. But did we need Bruce Campbell for that? Come on.
I mean, maybe Invincible is just... Well, one, Amazon has the money.
Well, they could give him a little more then.
2, it might just be kind of one of those like, like we started out getting like a high profile cast, they're pulling in their high profile friends. It's like, yeah, it might be, it's an easy paycheck for them and they get paid more than like the normal person, but it is just kind of like, we are the show that every major actor wants to be a voice on. I could see that being a pull in that regard. So maybe they're not even charging as much. You would think.
Hopefully. So all in all, I enjoyed this season. I think it gets better as it goes. I think like episode 1 and 3 are relatively weak. I really like 2 because we get Viltrumite backstory, we get Nolan backstory, we get to see the Scourge virus.
Yeah.
And then the beautiful ring of bodies around the planet, which I said when we were talking about it, like there's no way there's that many Viltrumites to even make a ring thick enough that you can see compared to the size of the planet. Then when we get back to the planet, it's like nebula size of bodies. Like the thickness of that ring, it's impossible they had that many bodies. Especially, this was after they did their whole like, well, our leader's dead, everybody kill each other match. Like, I know it's more for effect, and it is a great look.
Great effect, yeah. Super cool.
No way you have that many Viltrumites.
Very heavy metal. Yeah. And I think they tried to like, I could be wrong, but I think there was kind of like a throwaway line where they kind of justified it, where like this has been a thing that they've added to as time went by. It wasn't just like suddenly here's everybody in one fell swoop.
If they reproduce,
like, because they live for thousands and thousands of years, it's like, oh, that would explain. But it's like, it's just, well, you made it sound like, well, the Scourge virus killed 99% of people, and then that's just all of them there.
Yeah,
but.
Like, were they recalling everybody back from other planets? But it seemed like they didn't do that until post-Scourge virus. Like, that was the plan. Go out and repopulate because we lost so many of our numbers. So there wouldn't be anybody to call back. I don't know. I'm very iffy on that.
I think in the comics, I don't think they explain it very much, where, like, the show, I think, kind of tries to give a little bit more more detail to sort of justify it. But really, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's
really
it's just a cool
doesn't.
look.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say this is probably the weakest season for me, but I still really enjoyed it. I think there are highs that are possibly better than like maybe season one stuff, but season one stuff is like the setup and like introducing
Yeah.
all the like.
There's a lot more standalone episodes in the season 1 and 2
Yeah.
that I don't like, where this feels a little more cohesive as one bigger story with only like the one standalone story.
Yeah. But you know, we get the return of Conquest and a set, like obviously that was the big set piece at the end of season 2 or season 3. I'm sorry, and so we kind of get like, oh well, clearly they're going to put in a lot of like they did so much on their first fight. The second fight's got to have a lot of that stuff too.
I liked how simple it was.
I liked how simple it was too, because like if you go and try and do big, it's like either we've seen it before or you didn't do it as good as the first time.
Yeah.
So just make it smaller. And in the comics, like their whole fight is like 4 pages or whatever.
Nice.
Like it doesn't go into you don't see how epic their fight is. And I don't think they're doing this thing where they're like on their feet and they're just like pushing each other across the planet, which I just thought was like so fucking cool. But Conquest, like pulling out Mark's guts, was real hard to watch, which is real weird to say about like a cartoon that has like had so much violence that I've never even blinked at.
Yeah.
And then it's just I don't know, it was just because like there was no sound, it was just like the squelching of it, and just it kept going on and on.
Yeah.
Like wow, like
He's got a lot of intestines.
I'm kind of uncomfortable looking at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, great fight. I think the devil or the hell episode is the lowest rated of the entire series.
Yeah, because people are dumb. It's a fun episode. I really like, especially if you just tune in to Invincible for fun fights. I think it's a really fun fight. I like those character designs. I don't like their suits outside of their battle armor. That looks very Tron-like. But I think it's a perfectly fine episode. I think it's better than 1 or 3.
Yeah. I'm going to just see where it goes, because so I didn't realize when I first saw it, I thought that this episode was just made for the show. And like in the comics, Mark does not go to hell.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any further interaction with
Blood.
Dark Blood, right? I forget his name. Yeah, the Hellboy of this universe.
Hellboy / Constantine / Etrigan.
Damien Darkblood, thank you. But Volcanica does appear in the comics for like 2 issues. She's not like a big villain, but it seems like the show's going like, these characters will return in future stuff.
Or if you're not going to do those issues in the animated scene, like, well, let's not waste her. Let's put her in the hell world. Let's repurpose her.
It could be that they're still doing what they did in the comics, but they just gave her
a little more
backstory here to set up for that. But it is she's just kind of like the monster of the week in those 2 issues. Like she's really not like a big player, so maybe they're just expanding on that. But yeah, I agree. Fun episode. Did not like the costumes. Some silly comedy there with like him falling forever and stuff like that. Like that was kind of fun.
I thought that was really fun, and that's one of the first things that people will point out. Like, look at the animation, and like they're just still shots, and then they're moving the background. Like, what do you want them doing? Like flailing the whole time? Like they're just falling and they're just waiting to get to the bottom. Why do you need every little bit to be animated to the full extent? Like, do these people watch old Looney Tune cartoons and go, look at that background? It keeps repeating over and over again. Like it's sometimes you have limitations. Do you want a season a year, or do you want something that comes out every 2 to 3 years, but it looks a little nicer because it's got shadows and definition? Yeah. I don't care.
I mean, this show is also the show that like made fun of itself by going like, oh, you know, animation takes a really long time, and sometimes we have characters cover their mouths so we don't have to animate their mouths. And Mark's like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Like, I think
they're aware of it. They know if they can make it look nicer, I'm sure they would. But they want to do a season a year, and I applaud them for that. It's nice to have something to look forward to. Whereas if you're really into The Boys and you got to wait every 2 years, 2 years plus to get a new season of The Boys, that gets really frustrating.
Yep. So last thing I'll say about the season, everything that they've added And most of the stuff that they've added is all just like more Viltrumite stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just fantastic. We never see Nolan as a young man fight his parents. We never see the start of the Scourge virus or like the assassination of Argyle. At least I don't think we do.
Argon? Argyle?
Argyle?
Argyle, yeah.
Yeah. And just everything that they're doing with that, I've just been super into and just think is so cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I would not want to grow up on this planet where like a guy says, "Hey, everybody, kill each other." Then you just see kids beating other kids to death.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus Christ. Wild stuff.
Do they ever mention why Thrag is so good? Is it just he trains so damn well that he can take a punch, or is there something about him? Did he train in one of those weird tubes from Dragon Ball to make him better?
No, he was just. They say in the show he was just basically chosen from birth and like molded from birth to be the leader and their greatest warrior. But there's no like backstory episode with Thrag or like training montage. You never see him do anything other than like look menacing and then fight the people in the current. In the present.
I saw a clip from season 1 where Mark has to fight Nolan for the first time and he punches him and he barely does anything to Nolan and he hurts his hand. But then as he's gotten better, he's been able to take on people like Conquest. So it'll be neat to see what he does to get better to fight Thrag. But this ending was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did kind of the Game of Thrones way of the big episode is the second to last episode, and then we have kind of our wrap up set up for next season. And this is scary. This is scarier than them just coming down, because we see like a thought of them coming, creating a huge tsunami, taking out a bunch of guys. Like, wow, they really could do a lot of damage if they decided to do that. But the fact that they're like, no, we're just gonna fuck your women and breed and rebuild, and then eventually
and your men too. There are
and your men, yeah, that's true.
We're gonna fuck your people.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck your people and raise a new Viltrumite race is terrifying.
Yep.
They should go back to that bug world and fuck a bunch of those bugs. They could get a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I think the second to last episode was a blast. Like Thrag, this is the first time you see him like really fight and fuck shit up. I mean, his like pullback punch with the airbending punch is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Him, like the first time you see him take a hit, it does that thing where it like cuts to like a skull with the red eyes, and you're instantly as an audience member going like, "Fuck!"
Oh, yeah, this guy
is bad.
It's such an anime thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I think it worked. It was so effective. And I like how, Lee Pace is such a great actor anyway. He's got a great voice. And I like how, like, even though this is a big muscly man who is just clearly like, I am the violent killer of our group, is also just like, well, here are my thoughts. And like trying to negotiate with Nolan and to Mark. And it's like, he's not a dumb person.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's also like a good leader.
Yeah.
He's just also like a murderous psychopath. But he was raised this way. And I think everything about this is great. I do hate the trope of just like, how many times are we going to see Mark impaled or his dad impaled or these characters split in half? It's like, well, thank God they got that Viltrumite blood that just like regenerates them perfectly.
Yeah. The fact that Oliver is still alive, like that should be one of the breaking points for Mark. And maybe it will be later, and that's what pushes him over the edge. But like, this dude got his arm ripped off and his jaw ripped off, and he's floating in space when he had trouble in a previous episode holding his breath long enough. And he had to go down to the planet to get a breath of air. This dude got his jaw broken off, and he's floating out there for a long time before they were able to get him. He's dead. Just let him be dead.
Yeah, you'll do some bullshit. Just like, well, yeah, his body isn't like... His lungs close himself off when you're in space in order to like...
Yeah, but the Viltrumite brain is still able to go on for many years. Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine. It's a little silly, too.
Do they talk in the comic? What's his name? Space Racer?
Space Racer, yeah.
He's got this really cool gun that pretty much put a hole through the entire planet.
Yep.
Give it to Tech Jacket. Let her maybe adapt it.
Well, no one else can hold it.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I think because they talked about it in the show, but remember Nolan goes to the planet and like he finds the gun first and he's like, oh, there it is, but he like can't pick it up, or like it'll kill somebody whoever touches. It's like genetically coded to space racer. He's the only one who can wield it.
Okay, but like she can't get to look at it to like kind of figure it out a little. I don't know.
It's a mystical weapon only Space Racer has access.
Well, I wish he did more. Yes, he killed the most Viltrumites of anybody. He really took them out and put a hole through the planet. But dude, come on! Is there a cooldown on this thing? Start firing! Everyone, get behind Space Racer.
Yeah, this thing had like a machine gun function. Like problem solved.
And I wonder, like when he shoots and he misses. How long does that go until, like, does it eventually fade out and turn to nothing? Or does it just go? And it will go through whatever. And then so there are, like, hundreds of lasers that are just going through the universe that anybody can come across at any time.
My logic on how I think about it is, like, when he shoots, he has some sort of control. Like, he knows how long it's going to go for. He's like, I need this to go, like, 100 feet. It's going to go 100 feet and then disappear.
All right.
I need
it's like Peter with his web shooters or something.
Yeah,
he knows how to...
It's like, I know I need to go through this. This needs to go through the whole planet. I'm going to fire it off for this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope so.
I don't know. I don't think anyone really cares. It's all comic book nonsense.
Yeah. I'm just imagining a peaceful planet. It's like Alderaan or whatever, and then the laser just goes right through their planet without knowing. Still love Alan. Tech Jacket was kind of useless. I mean, she did work and shoot the little poison stuff, but she had to keep getting saved by Alan.
I like their friendship.
Yeah, they're cool. I like that. And then so now Mark, he's got PTSD. He thinks there's danger lurking around every corner. His mom is gone. Oh, Nolan, he's gonna get back into her pants, which if she just needs some release, I get it, but she better not take that man back in any way, shape, or form. I know they're all going to be on a long space cruise together, so things will happen.
I think it's funny that, we have these characters who, people love and stuff and go like, oh, we can look at Nolan and go, oh, you know what? He turned himself around. He's a good dad. He can save whoever, but he did do this like really horrible thing, and I think it's funny that like as audience members we can go like, oh well, shout out Nolan, I forgive him, real cool guy, but then it's just like your uncle who like said a slur or something one time, just like piece of shit, I'm never talking to that fucking guy again. He's not a nuanced human being, he's a monster. It's like human beings, it's funny what people will justify and throw away. Like, okay. Mass murder's fine as long as he's like kind of a cool dude.
I'm okay with both Mark and Oliver accepting who he is, lets Nolan be in their life or whatever. But I don't think Debbie should ever forgive him. Like, he called her a pet, you know. He turned over a new leaf or whatever. I don't think. If anybody, like, everybody can accept him, but I don't think she should.
Yeah.
And Eve had an abortion. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I really thought he was going to come back to her being pregnant. And when she was, like, a little bit thicker, I was like, oh, she's going through the pregnancy, but he has only been away from, like, 3 months or whatever. Maybe she's not showing, but she's putting on the weight. And, like, nope, she just had an abortion and has been eating her feelings, you know?
Because, well, they don't even, like, comment on it in the show. Like, he never really says, like, oh, like, you put on weight.
No, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
No, she just says, like, I know I haven't been taking care of myself, and I think it's just like him. Like, okay, you said it. I don't need to say anything.
Okay, yeah. Because that's one of the things in the comics, like, the second he like, comes through the window or whatever, it's like, Eve, it's so good to see you. She turns around, she's like, look at me! Because she's put on so much weight. And I think in the comics she might be, like, a bit bigger than the show, because like the show I think is a little subtle. Like if you haven't seen her run, you're like, wait, she doesn't look that different. Where in the comics you're like, you could tell.
Okay.
But it's funny because, and maybe they'll talk about it in the new season, but like the second Mark Caesar is like, I'm kind of into it. Like, he has zero problem. Like it is a big turn on for Mark. Like, she is like bigger now.
Nice.
But it's just like it's an ongoing thing for her. It's like a big story point. So it's interesting. Like, I wonder if they'll, like, go into it or just kind of avoid it. Like, we'll still do it where she's bigger, but it's not going to be, like, I could see them dancing around, like, the fat shaming of it all or whatever. Not that there is in the comics per se, but just like we're just gonna not even address it. It's just like, yeah, she put on weight. It's a natural thing. It is what it is.
It's just so rare you see that in cartoons. Like if someone like Oliver has to grow up, he ages quicker, so that's fine. You have a different model for him. You know, a character gets buffer, Alan gets stronger, so his model's different. It's like the only time I've really seen that is like in BoJack Horseman, where she gains weight in the last like season, and they stick with it. But I can see them, you know, when the season starts up again, they show her exercising and she's turning it into muscle, or she lost all that weight. You know, I could see them kind of, you know, now that he's back, she's got her mind back, she loses all the weight.
Yeah.
Or to keep her thick. I don't care. I ain't complaining. Any other characters I need to touch on? Not a lot of Guardians of the Globe. We didn't resolve Robot and Monster Girl. They're still gone. Mm-hmm. But I did like that Cecil just like, we're trying a million things and weird things keep coming out. They're like, fuck it. It's on them. He's the smartest man in the world over there. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Cecil. Not only does he have to like keep all this... What do you mean?
That dude let Conquest survive.
No, he's done some... I'm not on like Team Cecil, but he does... actively daily try and protect the world from like every major threat, and then Mark's just like, by the way, 50 of the strongest people in the universe are coming to live here, and he's just like, fuck, we can't even like control 2.
Does Mark confess to everybody like this is what's happening, or does he try to keep quiet because they don't because if Cecil, I feel like if Cecil knows, he's gonna try to find out who is Viltrumite and try to take him out quietly? Or does, you know, Mark keep his mouth shut and wait until his dad comes back?
I don't remember, but I'm gonna say like it's pretty widely known that they're there, but they have like no real way of finding them. It's not like they have like trackers on them.
Sure.
And I think maybe Cecil like does know where a couple are and like keeps tabs, but like they're not doing anything. And like Cecil can't just go like, well, now we attack. There's really no...
Because once you attack one, all of them are going to go.
So they're just kind of legitimately at like a stalemate of just...
Damn. What's the one with the eyeball thing?
Crag?
Yeah. I love he's just like, I'm going to be a cool biker guy. I'm going to smoke cigarettes and bang chicks.
It took him no time to like, I can fuck people in.
What's his name? Lucan?
Lucan.
He's just like, I'm going to wear a business suit. Like, what are you going into insurance or something? Come on.
Yeah, I saw the memes that was like, fucking Steve Harvey came to the planet.
I was Family Feud.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, what'd you say his name? Eyeball guy's name?
Craig.
Crag.
Crag or Craig.
Why does he have that eyeball thing? They heal so goddamn fast.
I think it might have been in the show too, but I think in the comics it explained like Nolan or Conquest. Like I think maybe he fought Nolan or something in their youth, and like Nolan took his eye.
But they heal so fast.
Or like it was maybe during the purge that when they all were fighting each other that he lost it. Like he was fighting somebody. It wasn't like some big thing. It was just in a fight it got like pulled out.
But they heal so fast. Why does he need a robot eye? Why does Conquest need a robot hand? You know, he got his guts pulled out and he was able to heal from that.
Regenerate. Like they can heal as long as everything's like. So when Mark and Nolan get impaled, basically they just put their guts back in there, fold everything back up, tie it together, and eventually it like heals back over. But if you cut off a hand, you're not getting that hand back. If you pull out an eye, you don't regenerate the eye. You just like you can pull out that eye, you'll probably regenerate the eye socket, and like there'll just be an empty space there. But you're not getting back specific pieces.
It's just Mark has taken so much goddamn damage. You would think he would have something
as long
replaced.
As the part is still attached to you, you can fix it.
Yeah, his arms were broken last time. Like, they're still here though.
But as long as it's not detached from you.
So I guess that's why like Oliver has a robot arm and a robot jaw. He has a robot jaw in the comics.
I believe so, but it's not like you ever see it again, so I've totally forgotten if. But yeah, he does get his jaw popped off and stuff, yeah.
I've seen how they draw him in the comics. I don't like Oliver in the comics. He looks like a weird little creep.
Yeah, there's one panel specifically where it's like, he kind of looks like the Joker here. Like his
like he looks like a Robin Joker, you know?
Yeah. But, yeah, For an adaptation, I think I've said it before, it's like to the T, like adapting everything from the comics, only changing slight things like making Tech Jacket a woman versus a dude, and then like adding all the Viltrumite stuff has only benefited it, the show and the story. So I think they're making pretty much like all the right choices. We'll put the Hell episode aside because that was like a separate entity, but that might have payoff later where you go like, actually, it was worth it having that to get this.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say?
I assumed they were gonna have. He was gonna have them Hell help him with the
Hell can't go into space. Sorry.
Well, they're on Earth now.
Yeah,
the Viltrumites are on Earth.
That would be real cool if Mark's just like, we're gonna need backup.
Yeah,
let's get the devil.
who are we gonna? Who are we gonna bring? Hell, like. That's a real cool line, but what does that mean? It's like, no. And just like all the demon monsters come out.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A hell army, like, fighting for Earth sounds badass.
Yeah, but those demons are having a problem fighting that volcano lady. I don't think they're going to hold up against a Viltrumite.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Mark came down there and whooped ass, it's like, oh yeah, they're not that powerful.
With Dracula playing in the background.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I will say what the show does really well is music choices. The beginning sort of montage at the beginning of the season, and then the montage at the end with Mark flying.
Yeah.
A lot of also like beautiful shots throughout the season, and I mean ones that I don't necessarily remember, but like in the final episode, just him in the clouds with Thrag having their conversation, how that was all drawn, it's just like really gorgeous. The show gets a lot of like flack for its animation, but it does.
They know when to spend
do good stuff.
It's like, sometimes you have people free falling and they're just static images because you're going to need that money a couple episodes later. Chill, it'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I would say any predictions for season 5, but
I can't
do it. Yeah.
Mark ends up with William.
Cool. All right. Well,
I predict the Hell thing.
Yeah, the Hell thing is a good prediction. Yeah,
even if that's not in the comics, because I'm not that far. I don't see why they included that episode if we're not going to see any more of that stuff.
But that would be great. It's like, it's the devil, and everybody's scared, and then like Thrag just backhands him into oblivion.
Even if it ends up being something like where it's just like, oh shit, he's just like, just killed him.
That'd be kind of fun if like Earthlings are just like, oh no, Viltrumites are bad, but then he kills the devil, and then suddenly like, maybe the Viltrumites are Viltrumites God?
Yeah.
Like, that's a good way to get like the Christian society.
Make the world great again.
Yeah, like you want the Jesus freaks to worship Thrag. That's how you do it. You literally kill the devil.
I really thought we would get the, because I know Thrag gets Battle Beast's cloak. I figured that would have been in this.
I can't say.
Okay. All right. Well, cool stuff. Can't wait for the next season. You'll be
see you next year.
See you next year sometime in probably March. All right, well, let's get to our main topic. Over Your Dead Body. Shit, I should look up see who's directed by it.
Yorma Tacone directed it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Steve, you saw this movie. Why don't you introduce it to us?
Well, with Invincible, lots of dead bodies this season. Speaking of dead bodies, we saw Over Your Dead Body.
Nice.
Yeah. Written by Nick Kocher and Brian McElhenney. I hope I pronounced your names right. And directed by Yorma Tacone of Lonely Island fame. Directed
Chip and Dale that we mentioned
Chip
earlier.
Chip and Dale. He's directed. Did he direct Hot Rod?
See, I always get the two Lonely Island guys who've done directing. I get their filmographies mixed up.
I think he did not direct Hot Rod.
Okay.
He was in, I think, the other one, Akiva.
He did Never Stop Stopping.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, starring Jason Segel and Samara Weaving. They play a married couple who go on a vacation over the weekend up to the mountains where Jason Segel plans to murder her because of their failing marriage. Things go awry, and events unfold that lead them into a game of survival, not necessarily from each other, but perhaps from others. Mm-hmm. And this is their story.
He also directed MacGruber.
Yep.
Lots of TV stuff. Yeah, and in one episode of Knuckles, the Sonic spinoff.
Whoa!
Oh, did you ask me a question? Oh, no, I was looking at it.
No,
You just did the synopsis? Okay.
I just did the synopsis.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you a question now. Ben, what do you think of this movie?
I love this movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was a real good time. Probably a B plus. I don't think it's clever enough or funny enough to get into that A territory, but I think there is enough in here to like.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one or two things that I really didn't like, which I'll say the butt fucking scene felt a little, I don't know, gross. Didn't really love that. And then his dad being unceremoniously lawnmowered to death.
Yeah.
That felt like you needed to make his character a worse person for that to happen. He's not a nice guy, but he's not deserves to die. Worse person,
or at least like some more character or like time with that character / like maybe not more time, but like give us a reason to like kind of care despite him being the dad of the main character.
I think they needed to make him despicable, like calling his son the F slur and stuff, like really make him awful and make fun of the car, make fun of the Asian nurse, like really make him a racist piece of shit. So even though he saves the day, you don't care that he gets lawnmowered to death. But this was like, oh, dad showed up and saved the day. Look, he truly cares about his son. Actually, he really didn't know what was going on, but he still showed up.
He just wanted to come out and kill some people. Yeah, I also really enjoyed this movie. I kind of forgot, like I know I saw the trailer, but I kind of forgot like what it was tonally. I assumed it was going to be like kind of funny, but I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't expect it to be the most violent thing I've seen this year, which was also kind of shocking. I think tonally it rode the line pretty correctly. There was some stuff where it's like, wait, is this more of this or is it that? I think it did a good job of keeping it together though, balancing those. Because the potential rape scene is always like that kind of thing is always played for laughs, but that it didn't quite work as I think that they wanted it to.
You swap it out with his wife, scene's totally different.
Yeah,
it's not fun. It's not funny. But it's like, oh, it's happening to a guy, so that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, but like the scene, I don't think really played funny until, he's just like, oh, and then the guy couldn't get it up, and then like, oh, isn't that funny? Like, oh man, we were this close, and it's like, and then it's kind of a joke, but I don't think anyone in that scene was playing it like in a funny way. Like, Juliette Lewis was scary in that scene. The big guy who was beating him up and about to rape him was scary in that scene. Timothy, like the only I think funny bit in that thing is Timothy Olyphant. And I was like, wait, you directed that fucking movie?
Yeah,
I love that movie. Like that was kind of funny. But then you're immediately back to like, oh well, he's about to get raped. So this, so that scene was kind of a little hard to watch.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I want to say I don't know if it's the first half, maybe the first third, kind of takes a while to like get going because it's not funny. And there's not enough going on to like go like, oh, like what's gonna happen?
Because we know that they are both there to kill each other from the trailers.
Oh, okay.
But if you go into this blind, something's up, and at least that the husband is up to no good as you go along, but you don't know the turn for her. And I think because we know from the trailer, it's a little bit of, all right, let's get on with it.
Yeah.
But that's more on us having knowledge.
Sure. I'll let you go.
Okay. I really like Timothy Olyphant in this.
I kind of like Timothy Olyphant
in everything. Yeah, he is really great in everything. But I think people know him as a serious actor or no nonsense tough guy, cool suave lawman. But like whenever I see him, I think of him in Scream 2, and he's one of the crazy killers, and he's just kind of like a little bit of a goofball. So seeing him kind of ham it up, like he throws himself out the window and slides down the roof, and he just like does this scream that he's like having a really good time while he's doing it. So it's nice seeing him having fun because he is such a serious, at least serious looking dude.
I think that's a good feat of this movie is other than Jason Segel, pretty much all these actors are known for serious stuff. So I think they did a good job of taking dramatic actors and using them. I mean, they're still doing like sort of the darker roles in this movie, so they kind of give a little bit more meat to them, but they all have their funny moments. So I think that's really well done.
And I love Samara Weaving. She doesn't always make the best choices when it comes to roles, but I always like seeing her in stuff. I think she's so pretty. She's just like this flawless human being, and she's Australian, so that's bonus points. The only accent that's a good accent. And she's really fun in this. I like that because a lot of things I have seen her in is more bit parts, and it wasn't until like Ready or Not that she got to be kind of the lead. So, I'm just happy to see her working, and I think they're a good pair.
Yeah.
Jason Segel is also really good in this. This isn't for him, but I like that his damage sticks around, like it's compounding. By the end, he's got a swollen face. And in most movies, it's like a cut lip and a cut eyebrow, a little mark over the nose, and maybe a black eye.
See, this is the part that pissed me off, though. Not that I don't like that. It gets to the end, and there's a shot with them on a pier, and you see them together, and he is just like a mangled human being. And then she has that thing of just like, well, she looks stunning.
Yeah.
And she's got like one cut on her forehead.
But they blew her ear off that you can't see.
And then like one like slightly bloody lip. And it's just like, I get she wasn't doing as much as he was, but like she was taking hard punches from Timothy Olyphant and just like whatever. She's
constantly getting her head bashed.
Yeah, she should have probably been a little bit more fucked up. Yeah, but I get why you make the pretty person stay pretty.
You give her a little bit of a fat lip, and then you give her a black eye and close the eye. At least you still get like her cute little nose and one pretty eye and the rest of her lips. But yeah, they definitely did worse to him than to her.
Minor gripe, not really.
Minor gripe,
but just one of the things.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know the big guy. Do you know him from anything?
I can't say that. Like, he does kind of look familiar, but he just might be, like, bald, scary, buff guy.
Yeah,
like, you've seen a million of them.
He was in, a couple episodes of Oz as scary inmate. I can see him just being a big, scary dude. But it's weird. Like, that's not Batista or someone. Like, everybody else is pretty well known.
Yeah, and mainly a cast of 5 characters, 6 if you include the dad. Like, I've seen all those actors before, and then you just have this guy who seemingly came out of nowhere. I mean, I liked him, but it's just interesting that you wouldn't just fill that role with someone more known.
Yeah. His name is Keith Jardine.
Maybe he just had a really good audition.
I mean, he was in an episode of, or what's that? Yeah, he was in an episode of MacGruber, so maybe he knew Jorma from that. But yeah, he seems to be in a lot of TV shows as random bad guys, cowboys. He's in the Punisher TV show as Russian thug. Not surprising there. So yeah, Bird Box. Yeah, just a lot of random things. Oh, he was in Logan as Reaver. Probably one of the thugs from the beginning, Anywho, but yeah, I mean, he's good. Like, a lot of comedy comes from him, just kind of being a big dumb guy. And when they're up, like, hiding in the attic, I really like him and Juliette Lewis's dynamic. Like, they're just like, shut the fuck up. We're trying to hide out, and all they want to do is just have fun. And then doing charades over, like, a 4-hour period just to figure out one movie. It's good stuff. And then the pecan comes back. Like, I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, this movie was written by the Britannic guys, and who also we reviewed their pizza movie recently. They have a small cameo in the beginning, and if you know any of their like sketch work, like a lot of the comedy that comes in this movie is like, yeah, this is their stuff. And you also, it feels very similar to like kind of Lonely Island stuff, which makes sense why Jorma would direct this, because you can sort of like feel the Lonely Islandness of it all. Not that it ever feels like cartoony and slapsticky that those two groups can like get into, but I just think that whenever the comedy does come out, I think it pretty much always works and worked really well. Obviously, the joke that I think it lands the best, and then you and I like how that. I mean, you and I were like obnoxious when
it got the audience as well.
Yeah,
but I think it just was a lasting effect for us.
It hit us the hardest. Was Juliette Lewis's foot has been blown off, which was like the hardest
of all the gore,
Yeah.
that was it's like this 2-minute scene had like the 3 goriest parts of the entire movie.
Yeah. She took a shotgun to the foot, runs into the house, pulls off her sock that was holding her foot together. Her foot is basically in 2 pieces, and she is like putting her foot back together with a handkerchief or whatever.
Yeah, just trying
and
to together.
The scene is going on forever. Like I'm like watching through my fingers because it's just so gross. And then cut to a wide shot. Jason Segel standing there the entire time, waits for her to finish, and then just kicks her foot or whatever.
Breaks her knee backwards.
And oh man, me and you were
because you're not expecting it. It's so sudden. It's a really good editing. Like you could edit it in a different way, and it's not nearly as effective.
In a different edit, it'd be terrifying because Jason Segel's so large. Like if this is the only scene you thought, like you would have thought he was the killer and she was the one being attacked.
Sure.
Like, oh man, the big scary guy's behind her, but it was just so goddamn funny.
And her dealing with the toe, like, because I've had that problem where you stub your toe really bad and you got to take your sock off to look at it, and you're like, oh, I just know it's going to be a mangled mess, and maybe it's fine. Or you're like, fuck, I split my toenail or something. And so that anticipation of what her toe was going to look like, and it was worse than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
And then her trying to put it all together, and she's like, oh, that's better. I'm like, no, it's not.
Just pouring alcohol all over this
then,
giant open wound.
I don't know if she had tape or something that she was taping in, but it's like she's just trying to convince herself, like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Puts her sock back on, then gets her knee broken, and then her face blown off. Like, it's just a really great sequence of events. Too much, someone gets their head slammed and they get thrown away. They get
the gun.
They have the gun. They don't pull the trigger. There's a lot of that. Like this would have been a lot shorter of a movie if you just would have pulled the goddamn trigger. But hey, you gotta have a movie. It just like when you watch the Terminator movies and the Terminator picks up the person they're supposed to terminate and they throw them across the room. Like, no, you crush their head or you rip their heart out. You know,
you have liquid metal that you can turn into a spike and stab them in the eye.
Or you're just a robot and you're strong enough to crush this person. Why are you toying with them? You're not a cat.
Yeah.
But, you know, movies.
Sure. Jason Segel is a director. He directed one movie that
did well, but didn't.
Well, but
like people liked it, but it didn't make a lot of money.
Didn't make a lot of money. So he makes bad financial decisions. She is an actress, but maybe she's not that good. And so part of the reason, like the whole reason why he decides to kill her is like, you know, their marriage is falling apart. They've been together, married for like
9 years,
something like that. And it's just
she's mean to him. She picks on him.
Yeah, just kind of like belittles him, and then, but I mean, she has her own reasons for like why she does this.
Yeah. And they are both totally at fault.
Yeah, they are both totally at fault. And instead of like communicating any of this stuff, they just kind of like let it simmer and build up to this thing of, you know, she's cheating on him because he hasn't touched her in 2 years and all this stuff. And so like at no point I was like, I don't think any of this like justifies murder.
Yeah.
But then as the story goes on, it's like, oh wait, you're not really murdering me because I did this stuff. You're murdering me for the $100,000 life insurance policy that I have. On
just to start back at zero, clean slate.
Or $1 million.
$1 million.
Which like I liked. It's like, okay, kind of they're both pieces of shit, and makes a little bit more sense as to like these things that people go through all the time that like doesn't lead to murder. Where it's like, oh, okay, to get me out of this seems like the only way. I appreciated that. And let's see, is there anything else to really talk about? Lots of good setups for payoffs. You know, once those rocks showed up, I was like, well, there's Chekhov's rocks. Those are going to come back at some point.
Oh, yeah,
in the boat. But like the crumbs on the floor, it's like, oh, goddamn rats. It's like, oh, have you seen my sweater? It's like, no. Have you checked the closet? It's like, all that stuff was just there as like, you know, breadcrumbs to the people up in the attic. Because at no point, other than like a quick shot of the dad watching TV of like escaped convicts, and it's like, okay, well that has to come into play at some point. But then it was so quick I forgot about it. So when they popped up, I didn't even realize these people were in the movie. Because were they in the trailer?
They're in the, well, it's just I knew Timothy Olyphant for sure was. and I knew they were there, but I just assumed they were people like his friend who was coming to help. I just assumed they were those people, or they had invited other people up to meet them. They would do the killing, so then they'd have like kind of witnesses or something there. I didn't realize they were going to be like escaped convicts.
Yeah.
But, you know, being media literate to some degree, I just hate that when they cut away to a TV and say, 2 convicted felons have broken out with the help of a security guard. Like, well, yep, they showed that for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, where I don't mind kids are watching TV and they're just watching SpongeBob. I don't think SpongeBob is going to show up later on in the movie. But whenever it's something like that, you know, they're flipping through and you see a quick thing of like, a tornado is, and then they turn the channel and you're like, okay, so a tornado is going to factor in somehow.
Yeah. I think you could have done it where you didn't show that video. I mean, like I said, I think it still works because it was so quick I forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there is a way you could have done this movie, not done that, and then they just pop in and like, what the hell is that? And then when you do the cutback, you're like, oh, what an interesting series of events that like now dramatically changes this situation.
Yeah, they since they cut back dramatically, they cut back so many times to tell you how we got to that point. We could have not seen that television thing, but you cut back to father and son talking, and the TV was always in the background, and then you just focus in on it. Like this was happening. We never cut to it at that time, but now we're telling you, or, you know, the asshole dad is sitting there reading the newspaper and just like, the world's gone to shit. You kids are soft. We're got levees breaking and flooding. We got people breaking out of prison. We got this, you know, he names off a couple of them and you don't think anything of it because you just think it's, you know, news. And then one of them comes back. Yeah. It's just a minor nitpicky thing. Like you got to put it for the dum-dums.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand why, but it is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. So I'm just gonna
crinkle real quick and eat your gummy nerds. Quick. Have you had
we didn't talk about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you had the gummy nerd gushers?
No.
It's like they're filled with juice, so it's like a gusher covered in nerds. So they're pretty good.
What a time.
What a time we live in.
So crunchy, chewy,
and gushy. Yeah.
And gushy.
Yep.
Wow.
They just got to add. Oh, what kind of other? Sharp?
I need some.
I was gonna say steel.
Yeah, something that makes your mouth bleed. Anyhow,
we didn't talk about Jason Segel's quote unquote friend who does come up to help him murder.
Yeah. Absolute moron. The whole like it's hammer time. It's hammer time. Like, good stuff. But yeah, I knew that guy was going out real quick.
Well, I like that. You know, they both had, you know, quote unquote killed him at the same time because it just adds to their like, no, well, you're at fault here. No, well, you're at fault here.
Yeah.
So, and then you think like once he died, because I had forgotten the trailer and didn't realize that the Timothy Olyphant and the others were there. I was like, okay, so that's the second half of this movie is covering up. It's no longer about them trying to kill each other. It's about how did they get away with killing him. Yeah.
The neighbor's a police officer and he's just checking up and we gotta.
I thought that was gonna be the rest of the movie. Yeah. But I was just like, nope, this is 2 minutes and then we're past it.
And then it's like they're lucky that these guys broke into the house because now they got a cover for it. But yeah, you know, when he gets the pool ball in the sock and he knocks that guy out and he doesn't stab him in the throat instantly, like you just gotta do it. The guy takes like 6 knives to the back and it doesn't kill him. Like you need to, when they're down, you slit their throat, you slit their wrists, you slit their ankles, you do it all, and then you put the knife in their heart. Just to be safe, you know? If it's Jason and it's a supernatural thing, you know, you jump on his head, you drop a safe on him, you do whatever you can. When it's just a human, just cut all the vital parts.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a movie. You gotta have movie stuff.
And, you know, I understand everyone's always just like, if I was in that situation, I would have stabbed him in the neck and then it would have been a problem. It's like, well, you don't ever know what you're going to do in a life-threatening situation, especially if you've never been in one before. Yeah. And you might like stab him, he goes down, like, okay, problem solved. And you're just thinking, time to go.
Yeah.
So I can get that.
I get it. And I've seen enough video of people on the street where someone's being attacked and everyone just goes like, ooh. They just look around and start recording. Like, you're not jumping in and helping or doing anything. What would you do in that situation? You do nothing. That's what you do. You would probably whine and complain and cry and then get murdered by the bad
guys. So we get to the end. The bad guys are killed. Our two main characters have each other back again. They've accepted each other's flaws and now realize they were both at fault. And
they're going to work on each other.
They're going to work on each other and work on themselves. And now they got a big movie picture deal based off their lives because they manipulated the whole situation to make it look like they were the victims and not people who were about to murder each other.
Did you call this? I was gonna lean over and say something earlier in the movie, like they're gonna get back together and now they have a movie because he's a director, she's an actress. This is the perfect thing.
Yeah, it kind of seems like
I didn't. Not to like oh, I'll spoil it for Steve or whatever. I just never felt like I had an opportunity to lean over and say that. But I called this pretty early.
Yeah. I do love that their movie was called Dearly Beloved.
Yeah.
Dearly Be
Blooded.
Dearly Be Blooded. Yeah.
Doesn't roll off the tongue. It's like it's something we think of when we're doing our This Meets That.
We did.
But we would have been like, we could think of a better name than that.
I will say I do think this is the dumbest part of the movie. Not that they would make a movie about the situation, but them like making it an action movie with Kumail and where they're doing like Matrix shit.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's not a
much more effective as like a this
thriller
thing happened to me and like make it seem as like making it into an action movie just seems like so disingenuous and dumb.
Yeah. But it's like whenever you have a movie within a movie, especially like a comedy, those movies have to be the dumbest thing you've ever seen because it's like it's normal in that world.
In that world, yeah.
That it works.
But fun Kumail cameo.
Yeah.
That was cool.
He got to use off that
so
bod one. Yeah, he really let himself go.
What a chunky, ugly man.
Yeah, I'm sure, he's happy to get to use that body one last time because he doesn't do these sorts of things. And even when he did like Stuber, he wasn't cut then.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think that body's there to stay for a bit.
Yeah, no,
so he's gonna keep getting acting roles, man.
But how often is he gonna be? How often is he gonna be taking his shirt off? He'll work it in.
Yeah, it's in his rider.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, I think I have a stomach ache, and pulls it up, just flexes the abs, puts it back down. Yeah. All right, cool. Anything else you want to add?
I didn't give it a grade. I'm going to give it a B+. Not the funniest movie I've ever seen, but did make me laugh. Surprised me in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Fun ideas. Definitely, I think, different from what Yorma's made before.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the two writers make this and Pizza Movie, so having that in the same week, kind of going like, okay, here's a stoner comedy, here's a thriller comedy. They have an interesting voice, and I'd like to see what they do next.
Yeah. Put them on a Marvel movie.
Probably.
That's what they do. But it seems like Jorma would be the type of person like, I don't need that shit. I was on Girls.
I don't think Yorma is the person to direct a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do see a universe where these two do write a Marvel movie.
Sure. Or I can say, like, hey, can you punch up this Spider-Man script? Like, we need some more jokes.
Yeah. So... yeah, B+. I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. I would recommend it to people. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised. Our theater, it was a small theater, but kind of packed, which was exciting to see. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Nick, what out of a 10?
I don't think I liked it as much as y'all, but I 6 out of 10.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
That's kind of low.
Yeah, that's like a C+ for me. But
yeah, I mean, I told you already, my experience was a little...
yeah. Bunch of chatty Cathys in the back.
But, it was good. I have no major complaints, but I don't have quite as much praise either.
All right, cool. Next week, weird one. We got Devil Wears Prada 2. Yeah, never saw the first one, but I'd watch it. I hear
the first one's good.
I hear it's good. I like those people. Animal Farm.
I hear it's atrocious.
Yeah, I've heard they took all the stuff that could have been good about it and
turned it into just a kid's movie.
I've seen a trailer for it.
It's out there. Then one that I'm excited for because I like dumb movies, Deep Water. This is airplane crashes in the ocean and
Aaron Eckhart
and Ben Kingsley.
Yes.
Airplane crashes in the ocean, then it's like a shark attack movie. There was a movie like this like 2 years ago where it's an airplane, sharks on an airplane sort of thing.
Sharks on an airplane?
Okay, airplane's in a shark's home. Okay, but it's floating in there, and they're like, we can't get in the cabin because the shark is swimming up into the cabin. Okay. But the big one that I want to see, I don't know if you want to see, is Hokum.
I do want to see Hokum.
Apparently, it's one of the best horror movies. I did not see
Oddity or whatever, which I know you really like. But
love Oddity. I think you would like Oddity.
I know.
If you have to watch Oddity or Caveat prior, do Oddity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caveat's like good, but wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
Nick's already seen it.
But Nick said he liked it.
Yeah.
The trailer seems creepy and weird.
Yeah.
Who
doesn't like Adam Scott? Yeah.
If I see any of those, it'll probably be Hokum.
Okay.
What was the first one again?
Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah, I'd rather wait for like streaming.
I think you should go see Mother Mary.
I do want to see Mother Mary.
If it's still out in theaters next week, go see Mother Mary.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Nick, you want to plug your TikTok or anything?
Nah, as always, just glad to be here.
All right. Well, if you want to get in contact with us, we are at WRPLpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. Thanks, Nick. As always, I'm Ben.
And I'm Steve.
And keep consuming.